Doop. Another barbershop movie. What's going on, people? It's K, and I'm here to review the movie Barbershop 3, or Next Cut, whatever it wants to be called. It's a 2016 film, directed, of course, and produced by Ice Cube, who directed and produced the first two, Barbershop 1 and 2. And yeah, he's here, he's back with the crew, and on the south side of Chicago, Mr. Calvin is his name. And let me just give you a brief synopsis of what I thought about the first two barbershops, because I think that'll make it more clear about my feelings towards this movie. It just didn't make me laugh at the end of the day. You know, I just wasn't finding the jokes that funny in the first and the second one, you know, and then they try to deal with the seriousness and all that stuff. I don't know, it just didn't mix well for me. But I never hated those movies. I never thought they were bad. It just, it's comedies that just doesn't make me laugh enough. You know, it's pretty much that simple. You know, I'm not gonna get too much into it. So with this one, it was written by the people who are the writers of the TV show Blackish, which I hear is a very funny show. I haven't really watched a lot of episodes of it. I've seen a couple. It makes me laugh. So I'm figuring, you know, now they got better comedy writers, and maybe they can, you know, sparse up the jokes a little bit in this movie. Now, this movie deals with Calvin, like I said, who is, you know, he has a shop on the south side, but he's getting tired of the south side of Chicago. He wants to kind of move to the north side of Chicago because, you know, it's lower crime and white people there, you know. Was that racist that I just said that? Well, it's true, you know. I think he wants to leave the neighborhood because the savages have gone mad in that neighborhood. He does this in secret. He doesn't really tell his partner, who's played by Regina Hall in this movie, that he's thinking about going to the north side. She owns a a beauty salon on the other side of the barbershop. So the barbershop is like divided in half, and half of the, you know, the guys and half of the girls. And you know, that's how this barbershop works. And they also have, you know, different kind of characters like JB Smoove in this movie, who is just like a hustler. He's selling all types of shit at his booth. And we have people like Dion Coleman in the movie, who is, everybody knows this guy at the barbershop who just, he's always there, but he ain't getting a fucking haircut. Yeah, Dion Coleman plays this guy in the movie. And so yeah, what do I think about the movie? Does it work? Are the jokes funny? Does it have a good message? I will say yes, yes, and yes. Okay, I thought the jokes worked this time. I laughed a little bit more than I ever did in any of the barbershop movies. Of course, there's a message. They beat the message over the head a little bit. It is Chicago. We understand that Chicago has a high murder rate, and they kind of, you know, talk about that over and over again in the film. They bring up names of people, Black Lives Matter, things of that nature. You know, they get into the seriousness of the movie, because in the movie itself, there's a lot of plots going on, but the one in particular is this thing that the barbershop is trying to do, this ceasefire between rival gang members in Chicago for at least, I think it was 72 hours or 48 hours, you know, and in the meantime, you could go to the barbershop and get haircuts for free. Does this help, or does this work in the movie? To a degree it does, and to a degree it doesn't. And they try to explain that, you know, more needs to be done, not just giving out freaking haircuts. But, you know, they tried something, and that's what the movie is trying to tell people, you know, in a message part. Just try to help the community out somehow you can. And if you can't, just move to the north side. It's better up there, trust me. I've been to Chicago. The north side is better. Now, how are the actors? Ice Cube, as always, plays Calvin. He plays the role real straight. Not very funny. I mean, Ice Cube has never been that funny to me, so this doesn't bother me. He plays the concerned father in this movie because his son is about to join a gang in this movie. Which gang? I shouldn't say that, because I don't want them chasing me. Vice Lords. Did I say that out loud? Anyway, and yeah, there's a conflict between Ice Cube and Common in the movie, because Common and Ice Cube's sons hang out with each other, and Ice Cube believes that Common's son is the guy that got his son wanted to be in this gang. So there's a conflict that goes on with them. Speaking of conflict and Common is married to Eve in this movie. Eve, who's been in the previous Barbershop movies as one of the stylists, she and Common are married. Common is feeling pressure though because there's another beautiful ass lady in the barbershop on the beauty side, played by Nicki Minaj, and she's like kind of coming on to him, and he doesn't want to be a jerk and say, hey, back up off me, but you know, it's kind of hard when Nicki Minaj is the one coming on to you, you know. And speaking of Nicki Minaj, wow, let me just say, whoever the cinematographer was in this movie, round of applause, because this man knew how to shoot an ass. Like, Nicki Minaj ass, when it comes on the screen, I mean, the cinematographer was like, yeah, okay, Q, is this good? Oh, okay, you ready? All right, action. And that was it. Cut. It was just nothing but Nicki Minaj ass all on the screen, and that is a big ass. Like, that thing took up the screen. As for her acting, well, I don't know. She plays pretty much a chicken head, sketal bitch. Nah, I'm just joking. Let me stop. Nah, she plays, you know, a damsel in distress a little bit. You know, she sees that Eve has a husband, and she kind of wants what Eve has in terms of relationship, and so she kind of gets vulnerable around Comet, and you know, that's how that works out. But at the end of the day, you know, there's a little conflict between her and Eve, but they work it out, and you know, they go on about their life, and it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, it's a really good movie. It's not the best comedy I've ever seen. Some jokes was not really that funny, like normal, but you know, I think who really saves the movie is JB Smoove and Dion Coleman. They were hilarious. Like, I wish this Barbershop movie would have been the best Barbershop movie ever had it just been about those two and maybe Cedric the Entertainer, and then there's another guy in here. I can't even remember his name, but he was also funny. Matter of fact, if it had been about those four guys, I think I would have gave this movie 5 out of 5 stars. Cause those guys were that funny in this movie. They took me back to like Coming to America, that whole barbershop scene in that movie. So yeah, I really enjoyed those guys. And at the end of the day, I enjoyed Barbershop, The Next Cut. It wasn't the greatest comedy of all time, but it wasn't like the worst, and it did have its moments where I really laughed and I really enjoyed it. So out of my scale rating of 1 being the worst, 5 being the best, I give it somewhere in the middle. I'm gonna say Barbershop, The Next Cut, I recommend it. I give it 3 out of 5 stars. I'm Kay, and remember, like, subscribe, and share the video. Share my reviews with all the people that you know, all right? Kay, signing out.